Okay, Matthew chapter 5, and we'll begin in verse 8. Blessed are the clean in heart, because they shall see Elohim. Blessed are the clean in heart, because they shall see Elohim. Now, the word there in the Greek for clean could also be translated, you might say, pure. I think it has the understanding as in having been purified. Okay, not that you're necessarily born this way, but he's saying, blessed are those who have purified their hearts. Cleaned out and purified their hearts. Because guess what? You've been laying up all kinds of mixed mess in your heart up to this point. Because a lot of you will say, sure, I've been laying up Torah in my heart. Yeah, but you haven't cleansed out and purged out the other stuff. So he's saying here, this is in the sermon here where he says, blessed are. Do you want to be blessed are? You want to be one of the ones that blessed is? Well, guess what? One of the things is you have to be one that is doing what? Purified of heart. If you have purified your heart, means cleansed out and purged out all the stuff that doesn't belong, brought in the right stuff that needs to be in there, all the good, clean stuff, he says, guess what? You shall see Elohim. Now, that can be taken in more than one way. Because we're taught about having eyes to see and ears to hear and a heart to receive. Well, guess what? I believe I'm going to give you two different ideas of the seeing Elohim. One of them, I believe, is you're really not going to see, even if he gives you eyes to see, if you've not purified your heart. You're only going to see through that glass darkly. Okay? In other words, yeah, he may have given you the eyes so you start to see, but this is why people spin their denominational understandings into this, and they're still keeping part truth and part Pentecostal, or part truth, part Baptist, part truth, part Catholic, part truth, part, just fill it in the blank, right? Part truth, part something else. Because they haven't purged out everything to have a clean slate. So now they're only seeing him somewhat. Maybe they're seeing him like the Adventists generally do to keep Sabbath, but not the holy days. Well, then they're not really seeing him, have they? Okay, they're seeing him partially. Or like others who see him, just keep filling in the blanks. So they do so much and so much correctly, but they don't do the rest. And I think that's because it's a heart issue. Can we agree? There's a heart issue. So he's saying, look, those who have purified their hearts will actually see him. Now, we could extend that too, because the rest of these verses are going to lead to things like being part of the kingdom, etc. And also, I think, in a much more pashat or literal level, if you don't have your heart purified, you're not going to actually be where he is to see him physically. Okay? So we could take it on those two different levels. But that's all just out of verse 8. Blessed are the purified or clean in heart, because they shall see Elohim. Now, hold your place there, and you can go to Psalm 24. I'm going to show you where this is quoted from. Okay, Psalm 24. And as I said earlier, so much of what we're going to cover is already in the Tanakh. Yeshua loved to quote from the Tanakh. Okay, so we're in Psalm 24 and in verses 3 and 4. Okay, who does go up into the mountain of Yahweh? What's going to happen when you go up into the mountain of Yahweh? You're going to see Elohim. Who does go up into the mountain of Yahweh, and who does stand in his set-apart place? He who has innocent hands and a purified or clean heart, who did not bring his life to naught and did not swear deceivingly. Wow, that second to last line is super huge. Who did not bring his life to wasted nothingness. If you're not working towards that pure and clean heart, if you're not working towards what we read about in Matthew 5:8 and here, then what he's simply saying is your life will amount to nothing. That's strong. Okay? He's saying, look, and we'll read it again. He said, who does dwell in the mountain? Who is it? Who gets to dwell in the mountain of Yahweh? Who does stand in a set-apart place? The one with innocent hands and a clean heart. That sounds pretty important. Okay, it sounds really important that you actually get innocent hands and a clean heart and get that worked out. He says, because if you don't, you're going to bring your life to nothing. You'll have wasted every minute, every breath. It would have been for absolutely nothing. That's really incredible. That should be our primary focus, is to realize I don't want to have this life have been a waste. Anybody wasted already enough time? All right? Anybody who didn't raise their hand or didn't say amen is lying? Okay? And I'm not trying to get you to say amen, but if you didn't raise your hand or say amen, you know that you're lying. You know you've already wasted enough time. I don't care if you're 10 or 20 or 50 or 80, you know you've wasted. Okay? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So I think it's high time we stopped wasting our life. Amen?